What's going on, guys? It's Matt, the music reviewer, and I'm here to review the album I Told You by Tory Lanez that just released today. Happy Friday, August 19th. Let's just get right into it. The start of the album, I really like the intro, I Told You / another one. It's a solid intro and it opens up about his life, and I like how it switches beats to like what he had to do to get here. Really good. Pretty solid for an intro. Now, moving on to the rest of the album, a lot of the songs are slow songs. I'm not really into like sitting there listening to, the love songs. And Guns N' Roses and Flex are kind of slow and they're kind of the same vibe in my opinion. Not really my favorites on the album. Then you move on, you have To Dream, which is a slow song, but it's also pretty good. Now then you move into 4 a.m. where it picks up a little bit, and it has a lot of the same vibes and flows that he has on other songs besides his album. But I like the beat. It kind of has a similar feel to like Started From the Bottom and Stay Scheming beats if you listen closely. Maybe it's just me. And then we move on to Friends with Benefits is one of my favorites on the album. It's a pretty cool beat. It has like the beat kind of feels kind of like The Weeknd vibe, and then we go on a Cold Hard Love, which I feel like the whole song The Weeknd could have went on there instead of Tory Lanez, and you might not be able to tell the difference, at least for the singing part. That's just my opinion. Don't take it to heart. Then we move on to the song High. Not a bad song, but it's, like I said, a lot like his other songs that he's already put out in the past. Dirty Money, also a good song. I really like that song. Not my favorite on the album. Now, my favorite song on the entire album is Question Is. He really opens up more about his life, and it's unlike any of his other songs. It's more well put together. Like the first part's more of an apology to his ex, all these abortions that she had, and he's speaking about how if he didn't have a kid, he'd be upset, but he's so set in the ways of modern technology and stuff that we can do. The second part of that song, I feel like it's aimed more towards his family. He says a few lines to his dad and explains that like he understands what happened now, that he could have been a father but isn't, so he understands. So my favorite song is Question Is on the album. And then we move on to Loners Boulevard. He explains a little more about his life, and I really commend him for this song just because I feel like he's really showing what we don't see a lot of other rappers speak about, the negative stuff. How starting out, his first show was a wreck and he really had to put more time in to get it right. A lot of times we see these artists and, first song is really good and then every song after that is how rich they are and everything they've bought since then. He really dug back into what happened and how he had to really focus on a set list and everything like that, and all the struggles he had coming up. So we have that, and then we have All the Girls and Say It, songs that I'm not really too fond of, but they're on the album. So overall, I'd really just give this album, I would say 7 out of 10, just because there's so many slow songs that I'll probably never listen to again, but the songs that I do enjoy are solid songs. I will, steadily be listening to them. But for the fact that there's more songs on the album that I won't listen to again, it only gets, like I said, a 7. You can agree to disagree, but this is my personal opinion. I focus on more of, the beats were good, the flows were okay, but like I said, they're like a lot of his other songs. I was expecting for him to blow up and really go hard on this album, seeing as how it's like his first really big album, and this is people that didn't know him before this is their first perception of him. So I really felt like he should have just went a lot harder on songs, but I feel like he's focusing toward a different crowd. But I hope you enjoyed my review. Rate, subscribe, and comment. I'll have a lot more content coming, a lot more opinions. Thanks, guys.